Fuck you, Dante.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Mats podcast, possibly Off the Mats Nerdcast. I don't know what we're gonna have here. It's about to get interesting. I want to welcome to the podcast returning guests, and actually one of the early contributors to this podcast, and actually kind of a Kickstarter for me to get my podcast rolling, as well as I was a guest over on the. So I know I shout out Nerd Rage Radio, and I know you a lot of folks just kind of hear nerd and don't really like differentiate, but there's Nerd Rage Radio where I started, and then I contributed here and there on Why So Nerdy.
Rest in peace.
So, two different things here, my friend. But I want to welcome back to the podcast half of the Why So Nerdy podcast, Mr. Michael Camp. What's up, Mike?
The more handsome half of the Why So Nerdy podcast. Yeah. What's up? Long time no see, man.
Yeah, man. Like it's been a minute. Like, and it's funny because every time I'm like sitting there and I'm like, yo, I gotta shoot Michael a message, yo. Let me check in on Michael. The problem with that is like I'm driving when I have those thoughts, and I obviously can't text while I'm driving. Well, I could, but I should.
I mean, you can if you want to be really irresponsible.
I mean,
who cares about the other people on the road, Dante?
I obviously don't. But like half the time I'm like, oh, like I'm driving. I was like, I should message Michael. And it's like, okay, well, I'll do that when I get home. I get home and then life happens. Then like, it's like at random times I'm on the treadmill running. I should shoot Michael a message. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, let alone walk and text at the same time.
I mean, do you not put the little e-stop on? I mean, it pulls when you fall off.
Yeah, but I have action figures behind me, like on the, like there's a stand behind the treadmill. So if I fall and knock that over, I'm not worried about falling off the treadmill. I'm worried about having to fix the Avengers setup, because
I have them a particular way.
Yes, I have them set up kind of in an order where it's like, because there's so many Avengers. You know, when you factor in, like, you have mutants in there, you have the Fantastic Four in there, you have like intergalactic.
Oh, you got like the Avengers with the mutants in there.
Like I don't know if I still have the picture up. I know I just took some pictures recently, but that's a full table of Avengers, and it's not even done. I'm still missing quite a few, but
I've always been jealous of your basement setup.
It's like I don't want to fall off the treadmill because I want to have to fix that. I don't care about falling.
Hey, that's a hell of a motivation, though.
Well,
it's like I can't stop running, because if I do, I will ruin hours of work.
Yeah, it like I have to dust it soon too, and I'm just looking at it. It's like, how do I get around this? Do I
get you one of those little air blowers?
No, because they'll fall over. But like, if one falls over, it all. Because what I came down here the other night, and who fell over? White Vision fell over.
Yeah,
and it knocked over like Squirrel Girl and Doctor Strange. It was just like, God.
No, let's be real. No losses happen, so it's fine.
Well, I mean, maybe not in the sense of like who they are, but like in the sense of like looking at my display, I was like,
that's true.
So,
man, there's been have you been in the like game sphere of like Marvel Rivals lately?
I have not. I don't have an updated system, so I haven't messed with it. I think. So I know my one teammate, he plays it on PS5, and I don't have that. I don't know if it's available on any of the Switch or Switch 2 or anything.
I think it's on everything. I want to say it's on everything.
But
I know there's like massive Squirrel Girl hate. she literally just lobs bombs the whole time. So like everybody's been super pissed about it.
Looks like I got my character.
Oh yeah. If you want massive kills, that's the lady to go to. I haven't played in a while. They got so many updates. I got out like what? I think like the Fantastic Four dropped, and I played the Thing for a while, and that was about it.
Yeah, actually, let me take a look here. Marvel Rivals, because I if it's on Switch, then I don't know why I didn't look at it before on there.
I mean, it probably doesn't look good, but it'll function.
I'm just here to play. Like
the quality of gameplay it might help you out though. The worse your hitbox is, the better you'll play.
Let's see here. PlayStation. It does not appear to be on Nintendo. It says for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. None of which I have.
They exclude the Japanese. I think it's a race thing.
Well, I mean, there are things I could say there, but
and that was the end of the Off the Mats podcast. Thank you guys. We got blocked for racism.
I just finished Colompton and I was like a little unhinged.
Oh God.
I was like, I don't even know what I was saying at certain points. My buddy, he was on an edible and I'm over here like I haven't eaten since fucking this afternoon. I'm just like saying things and it's like, oh, I'm
gonna have to listen to the new episode. That sounds wild.
No, it is. It's
off an edible, drinking beer, talking about beer, but randomly binging off.
Well, the positive about it now is like we don't really drink like that anymore. We review the beers obviously, but we used to like fucking just get plastered on episodes to the point where I would forget to save.
There's a sweet spot. Like I have my drink right now. There's a sweet spot where good podcasting exists, and you got to really find that sweet spot.
Yeah, it's hit or miss in some points. I mean, early on, we would get into arguments. Like I would threaten his life. It was like, I will fucking kill you right now. Shit like that.
Yeah, I did learn that. I don't know how, like, honestly, as much as I hate Joe Rogan, like, hats off to Joe Rogan because weed ruins podcasts for me. Like, we smoked, we did this great idea that I had when I went to Vegas. I went and visited my mom, and it's legal out there. And so I brought this blunt back called the Brain Melter. And I was like, dude, I got a genius idea. I was like, you and me, we smoke this blunt and then we do a great podcast. And let me tell you, I think it was one of the worst things we've ever put out in the history of podcasts. Like it was me talking to my future self through the whole thing. I was like, I apologize in advance. It was really a laugh. I'm sure you can find it somewhere in the Why So Nerdy verse if you look up the Vegas podcast, but it was a nightmare. Like if you just want to hear a train wreck, that's a solid one to go to.
Yeah, there's been Colompton episodes where I had some Delta 9s and I popped one and about 15-20 minutes in my eyes would just light up and I look at Steve, I was like, oh boy.
It's like shit's about to get weird.
and then he's like, you look like you're moving fine, but you're not talking fine. I was like, oh,
somehow talking in slow-mo, but you look like you're moving in regular speed. Man, so like, do you venture on TikTok every now and then?
I've done it less lately, just because I realized it was a time suck for me, and I ended up getting trapped.
Oh yeah, like, the doom scroll's real on there. My new favorite one, speaking of edibles, is this guy, or it started out as a lady, and she would take literally, I know this isn't a visual medium, but like they would take, if you spread your middle finger and your thumb apart, that many edibles, and she would shove it into her mouth and she would go shopping. And that's her adventure. And let me tell you, there's some wild ones, but like there's a guy that took off recently and he's doing like a parody version because I guess he doesn't handle his edibles very well. So he would eat a full thing and then he buys one thing from Costco and then wanders out into the parking lot and into the woods. It is, I mean, just great media. If anyone wants to look it up on TikTok, I'm sure it's easy to find. Well, like, let me tell you, just like chef's kiss content.
I guess from a content perspective, it's probably pretty fun.
Oh my god, because his eyes are so wide. Like that man is seeing God in a new existence that I've never seen him in.
Like, I took sometimes I take one of the gummies and I forget that I take them, and that becomes the problem because I'm like upstairs reading comics and I'm chilling. And then I would get up to go to the bathroom and I have knees buckle. I was God. Okay. I took drugs. And, I go to the bathroom and I come back and I was like, let's not read anymore. And then I go to Shudder and I put on a horror movie. It's usually something that I'm familiar with, like Halloween, or something that I know where I don't have to like heavily focus on.
Yeah.
But
oh my god.
Yeah.
So while we're on horror, before we step too far, I messaged you recently about it, but let's go ahead and talk about it on here. Undertone. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch it. It is amazing, and it sort of falls in this category because like the lady does a scary movie podcast, like she's like a skeptic and the guy's a believer, and they're going through and like somebody sent them this email. And they go through, but let me tell you, I'm a very avid horror film consumer, and it is just the perfect horror movie. Like they play with sound so interesting in that movie. Excuse me. So, like it's like every time she puts on her headphones to record, the background goes out, so you can only hear her voice. And so there's shit going on in the background. There's shit happening in her headphones, like. I wish I would have saw it in theaters, honestly. Like I really did myself a disservice by watching it legally at home. Wink, wink. And I think I did myself a disservice because it really deserves a theatrical watch.
Like I remember so many people sending me the trailer for it. I was like, "You have a podcast?" I was like, that doesn't mean it's good. Like, relax.
Dude, I'm telling you, let me tell you, as someone like you'll appreciate it as someone who does audio and messes with audio, it is amazing. Like the way they play with like background visuals and audio, like soundproofing audio is just flawless. Like it honestly, it took it at a whole new level. I have not been scared of a movie like that in a long time. And it got me. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I just had a new baby. So it's a little touchy-feely. Not a spoiler, a mild spoiler for the movie. But it's wild. Don't watch it if you just had a baby.
So when I saw the trailer, I was definitely interested. So this is part of the problem with being in the horror community. Is that so when Sarah and I did the Horror Through the Decades episode, we got to the 90s. And one thing that was always kind of a misconception about horror in the 90s is that horror was dead in the 90s. And it wasn't that it was dead. It was just that horror, even like right now, horror, I think, is on a huge upswing right now.
Oh, yeah. A24 is taking it to a whole new level right now.
I think part of why movie theaters are still functioning is comic book movies and horror films. In kid films.
Yeah, kid films are doing really good right now. They got this stupid Galaxy movie, but we won't get off on a tangent on that one.
But the issue with being a horror fan is like there's so much content and there's just not enough time, like at least for me.
It's like YouTube. You can't watch every video. Like same thing with horror. Like you can't watch every movie, but like there's some gems if you reach for them.
And even like with doing a horror podcast, I have to be selective in how I curate what I'm going to put out because there's tons of stuff from the past to talk about. There's tons of current stuff to talk about, upcoming stuff. Like at one point I wanted to do, because I do the horror podcast every first and third Friday of the month. And I considered doing an extra week where I just talk about current events in the horror community. And I was like, there's just too much. I wouldn't be able to cover it all. There's just issues to it. But with Undertone, I saw the trailer for that. I saw the trailer for Obsession. And then there was one other film as well.
I haven't heard of Obsession. You'll have to send me that one.
Obsession. Oh, that's the one I want to see. And it is a very basic story. It is super simple, super dumb. But it's a movie that can go off the rails very quickly. And I hate that we're getting more trailers now because it's just it.
Yeah, they're gonna ruin the movie. Yeah, they do it. The bad thing about horror is once you spoil it, it's over.
Yeah. Well, so Sarah and I just released Seven. We just did an episode on Seven from the 90s.
Such a good movie.
I get into debates. I don't even want to say debates or arguments, but conversations come up about it. It's like, well, that's not horror. And it's like, so at the beginning of the episode, I read the definition of horror just so people understand what horror means. Because a lot of people like to say horror is, oh, it's not a monster, it's not slashers, it's not ghosts, it's not this. It's like, did you feel uncomfortable? Like, I mean, that's a big part of horror.
I think that could dance with the line. Like, I do see Seven as more of a suspense, but you're right. I mean, it's serial killer suspense, so it could dance in horror. And I mean, there's definitely some horror aspects to it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, too. It's a thriller, crime thriller. And the thing is, thriller is part of the subgenre of horror. So, I mean, and I will argue,
I mean, technically, what was it? What was the movie with oh my god. Oh, I'm blanking.
Silence of the Lambs?
No, where he's on the island and he figures out that he's the inmate.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island, yeah. I mean, that technically sort of dances in the line of horror. So I mean, you could play with the line with thriller.
Well, that's again though. Like I said, thriller is part of the subgenre of horror. So I mean, and the thing is, even with that, it does kind of get into these weird murky waters because some thrillers are light thrillers, and then some are like deep dive horror thrillers. And even like I said, like I mentioned, Silence of the Lambs. That's one that was originally listed as horror. Once it swept the Big Five at the Oscars, it suddenly became a thriller.
Yeah, it's because you can't have an Oscar winner be a horror film. We can't have that happen.
Yeah, it's like you can't give any shine to this genre that's traditionally B movies. That's a fact. I mean, even like our classic, Universal monster movies were B movies, and that's what they've always been considered. We get these masterpiece films, and they're like, oh no, they don't get any shine. Horror and comedy fall into the same pocket, opposite ends of the spectrum. They have one job, and if it cannot do its job, then it does not, it doesn't win. Comedy is meant to make you laugh. Horror is meant to scare you and make you feel uneasy. And
even though I feel like sometimes they dance the line of like they want to make you laugh, but also they're doing something awful.
Yeah.
Those are usually the ones I love. I'm still waiting for my invite into this horror podcast so we can do awful movies because I got a list. Like, let me tell you, I need to be there for the Lumberjack Man episode. I'm going to be real mad if you do it without me.
Well, I can let you know. I'm not going to do it without you if I do it at all.
I need it because, like, let me tell you, I won't go too deep into Lumberjack Man, but it is one of the best bad movies of all time. Like, there's nothing like a killer that kills you just to use your blood as syrup for pancakes. Like, there's really no other thing for it.
That's comforting.
And I mean, and it's got Adam Savage in it, or not Adam Savage. What was his name from X-Play? Adam. Ooh, I can't think of his last name. He worked with Morgan Webb. Do you know who I'm talking about? It might be Adam Savage. I might be right.
Well, let's pull up the interwebs.
To the web.
That's one thing I always talk about, like when it comes to like the problem of like the internet is like we don't get to have genuine conversations anymore.
Yeah, there's always a correction. You can't be wrong.
But I do think there's a time and place. Like when we're trying to figure out, it's like, hey, we got to figure out who this person is.
Hey, that's how me and my girlfriend solve a lot of our arguments is to Google.
There we go.
Straight to Google if we can't figure it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we really, really need it, then Adam Sessler.
There we go. Yeah. Icon of the game age.
I do think though, when it comes to like, because whenever we're like, we've had many drunken episodes of Columpton where like I'll say something and my co-host Steve will like Google to fact check me. The thing that bugs me though is like, if you see that I am right, give me my flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta give it up. As soon as somebody knows and they knew before the Goog, you gotta give it to them.
Yeah, don't like do it and be silent. Like, give me my flowers, because
you gotta admit you're wrong once Google says you're wrong.
Because if it's the opposite, you're gonna get loud about it. Like, oh, you're so wrong. I was like, okay, I was wrong.
I knew it the whole time before Google. It's like, fuck you.
It happens. People be wrong. Like, I mean, Lil Kim didn't really get her stomach pumped, but
Oh no, she got it pumped and then pumped into her boobs, right? And that's where the star came from. It was an overgrowth.
So like, it's like, things like that. It's like, we can
let's happen to her. Can we have a gossip podcast right now of whatever happened to Lil Kim?
Plastic surgery. No, the thing with Lil Kim that really breaks my heart is like Lil Kim was like very, very pretty.
Yeah, gorgeous.
She was so pretty. And I think what happened is there are just horrible people in her life who told her that she wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it's the same thing with what was her face? The chick from Nickelodeon.
Amanda Bynes.
Yes, Amanda Bynes, gorgeous woman, and then like she got all fucked up, and now she's like she's borderline a B-movie horror monster.
Well, I think with her though, there's like abuse that took place, and
yes. She's a sad story. Yeah, like I don't know too much about the Lil Kim story, but that one's.
Well, I'm sure with Lil Kim there might have been some abuse too, but I think because like with Amanda Bynes it's different though, because like she.
She was like in love with what's his name, wasn't she? Like he convinced her that they were in love. My God, we've dipped into Nickelodeon pedophilia now. We're really getting in the weeds right now.
I mean,
welcome to the Martial Arts Podcast, where we talk about Nickelodeon's pedophilia.
I mean, last episode we did was like a tinfoil episode. So tinfoil hat episode. So,
was that a tinfoil hat episode? Man, I need to bring that fucking show back, because let me tell you, right now we are living in tinfoil fucking territory.
Boy, are we.
Have you seen? Okay, so we're really going to dip into some. So let's dip our toe into this tinfoil stuff. Have you seen where they released the new AI high def? For the audio listeners, I'm doing a hard quotes in the air. The high def version of this new shooter, to where the AI touched it up.
No.
Oh, it is special, my friend. The White House released it, so it's not like some dude on TikTok released it. The White House released a touched-up version of the high-def footage of the shooter. They took the hat off of one of the security guys because they were like, "Oh, he looks a little slubby. Let's let's make him look a little bit more professional." So they took his baseball cap off. They put the gun in the guy's hands who was running through the metal detector. So let me tell you, he goes into a room. So there's a room about, like, I'd say about 12 feet away from the metal detectors. The guy with the dog is on him, talking to him face to face. So rather this man put together a shotgun and then bolted while this man was watching him, or B, the shotgun wasn't there because it wasn't there in the original footage. And then he Naruto runs through the fucking metal detector, points it at one of the guys. This is the AI footage, by the way. Points it at one of the guys, but doesn't shoot, and then keeps running. And then one of the security guards pops 3 shots off, and that's all you see. But like, there's so many. For anybody out there watching, like, look it up. It is a wild video. Like, there is not one carpet tile that matches the other. The AI, like the level of AI that the White House used to touch this video up, is sad. Like, I feel like I could have done a job.
Actually, I have seen it because I sent it earlier out to someone, and like I had to go to my phone. I was like, maybe I did. Well, I didn't like watch it, but I saw it was like a lot like crisper, a lot cleaner looking. But then as I look at, like, the caption says, the Justice Department has released new footage of the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter running past Secret Service. And yeah, it's
dude, it is wild. We live in the fucking Twilight Zone right now. It's wild.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Like, so we are at a point where, like, I had mentioned this recently to a friend. I was like, we live in times where reality for everyone is different. All right.
Yeah, it depends on what, like, manosphere on the internet you live in.
And I don't want to dance too much in, the political area, just because
we can't lose those followers. We love you too, Republicans.
Oh no, I'm not worried about them. Fuck all that. but it's just more like I don't have a whole lot of like I avoid a lot of it. I see some and I avoid some. So it's like I try to like tiptoe carefully because it's like the stuff that I avoid, I don't want to slip into it. It's like, oh shit, like just because I don't have the knowledge, I don't want to like there are some things I'll say bullshit on just on some more like I'm confidently wrong, but then like when it gets political, it's like I don't want to fuck around there because like
once you get too deep in the weeds, shit gets weird.
Yeah, but after where was I going with this? The Charlie Kirk shooting.
Oh, good old.
And there was a lot of like uproar on social media, specifically on my Facebook. And I don't go to Facebook a whole lot. I go to Facebook once in a while just to post a meme to let you guys know I'm not dead. It's like here's like a gross food combination. I'm still alive. If you see like a real recipe, then like call for help.
Here's the Jello tuna recipe that I made.
Yeah, if you see that, she's like, oh, that's him. But if it's like, yo, here's an apple crisp, it's like, nope.
You need to really get into like vintage recipes. Any of the Jello molds.
I just saw a lot of people, saying this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing. And the thing that really started bugging me was like, motherfuckers like have all this weird fake outrage on both sides. And it's like, it's like, yo, I was just getting sick of it. So I put up a long post and I shut off comments because I was like, I don't
need your feedback, people.
Yeah, like because I wasn't doing it for feedback. I was doing it to let you know I think you all are fucking stupid. And I said that to everyone. I was like, you all are stupid. Like everyone. Like, and one of my friends actually he reshared it to his wall just so then people could comment. I was like, you fucking dickbag.
He wanted the rage. He wanted it.
Yeah, and he tagged me. So I was like, thanks. Now
he's like, you can come see the rage here if you want to dip your toe in.
But I got a message from an old coworker, and she was like, you should care because it was really fucked up. And I was like, no. I'm not saying I don't care about a person dying. That's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. What I don't care about are the people who are pretending to like have this outrage and pretending to care when you didn't care when someone else died. You didn't care when this person died or that person. And it started to get really, really, really just uncomfortable. But it's like when it comes to like all the stuff on social media, like who's sharing what and who's believing what. And this is kind of where that ideal of like we're in different realities, because then I started seeing a lot of people post one way and I started seeing other people post another way. And I was like, if these two groups of people actually got together and look at the internet together and not just at your own echo chamber, you'd see the world's a whole lot different.
That's really the problem. Like this whole like algorithm thing has got us all living in different spectrums. And that's why it's so important. Like, I know it breaks my heart sometimes to like a conservative thing because I'm not, spoiler alert, I'm not a very conservative human being. But if it does pop up, I do sometimes like them so I can stay in the loop of like, what are they watching? Like, I'll peruse like a conservative Reddit just to sort of get the idea of what's going on in there, just to have both sides. Like, for anybody who wants to peruse both, BBC is a pretty solid thing. And like, don't search that on the internet. Go to like BBC, the newscast, because you'll get a whole different thing if you just search BBC on Google. But
learn the hard way.
Yeah, a solid news source. There is not a lot of big black cocks on the news source, but I mean, I'm sure you can find a mix of both. Like, honestly, they're really missing out on a whole like newscast of like we just have big black cocks and news at the same time. Like, really, I feel like maybe we need to do this. Like, we'll launch a new BBC newscast. Like there's big swinging dicks in the background, but also we're dropping knowledge.
Not for nothing, I don't know that I necessarily want to be a part of that. Just like, I don't know.
Listen, we're dropping it here right now. We're dropping it next week. The Big Black Cock newscast. There's just it's a pendulum that keeps the time in the background.
Yeah, like my wife walks.
It's like 60 minutes, but the dick is keeping the second clock.
But it's just like there should be, and like I was talking about this with my wife the other night. I was like, so there's some new things I guess going on with Instagram. I got a message the other day from someone. It's basically saying most of my content is repost. I repost from other people. Now I do credit the people that I repost from. So, I'm not stealing content and claiming it as my own. I am giving the credit where it came from. Sure, they're like basically saying if you do repost, you're not going to be shown to anyone who doesn't follow your account. So, and it kind of bummed me out a little bit because it was like, well, this is kind of how, I built this community. I don't want to say I built this community, but this community kind of came about like through a lot of that. You
put the roots in the tree grew around you, Dante. So, I mean, you're part of it.
Well, I think, I was there in the early stages of like the meme culture, and I was reposting like what I thought was really, really funny and it spread, and, technique videos as well. So, I'm not saying by any means that I started any of this shit. No, the internet, I'm not Al Gore. I'm not saying I started the internet. But
I think you started the BBG thing. So, I mean, you were right next to Al Gore. Like, it was like Al Gore then you, Dante, really, if we have to draw a timeline.
But like hearing that, it's like, it kind of bummed me out because it's like, well, I clearly credit the people I borrow from. Like, but whatever. So, I was saying to my wife, I was like, the thing that really fucking sucks about all of this is like, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the fuck, I don't care, whatever you want to call them. But like, it used to be where I could go onto social media and I'm going to see things in order. So like if Michael posted 3 posts this morning and I haven't been on, and, I get on at 11 o'clock at night, I'm going to see your 3 posts along with whatever else went in order. But then once they started adding algorithms, it was like, well, we think you might want to see this. And it's like,
that shit's wild. I've noticed that over the years. It's like, there's a lot of friends that I don't see posts from anymore. And it's not because I don't choose to, it's because the algorithm thinks I don't care for their shit anymore. It's really wild. And it's like, I'm like, what are they up to?
Yeah. Well, like, so, and I joke about this because I have so many fucking Instagram accounts and they are all vastly different. They're like to a point where it's like, like you think I'd have multiple personalities.
I really like your thirst trap one that you put out recently. It's been nice. That's been my go-to lately. It's BJJ, but like with sexy saxophones in the background. It's been, you guys should look it up.
That's me. It's me. Like
it's the no-gi days that he goes to BBJ. It's just like sexy saxophone in the background. It's them just rolling around, getting sweaty. It's really nice.
Wearing the Speedo.
Speedo's the only way to BBJ, to really, if you really be honest. Nothing to grab onto. They can't choke you out with that thing.
Okay.
I need that video. That's your next post, is how to choke someone out in a Speedo.
Easy. Just get their back and choke them. Like pretty easy.
The atomic wedgie worked in a different way.
I just did no-gi tonight.
Wedgie, it'll cut off their circulation.
I just did no-gi tonight, and I got a guillotine and a rear naked choke.
That's solid.
They were both like super white belts.
Yeah. I mean, it still counts, and if you get the ankle lock, if you get the wrist break, it counts. It still counts.
But yeah, it's like when you go to my horror page, it's like, I mean, and the horror page is the only one that actually makes a little bit of sense because it's like, okay, well, goth chicks, okay, like that makes sense on the horror page.
It's like, why is there so many big titty chicks on this horror page?
It's almost to a point now where I had to reset the algorithm because I couldn't open that account. That's at work. I was like,
no. I was gonna say I feel bad. That is my Facebook. My girlfriend gets on me all the time. She's like, more titties and ass. I'm like, dude, it's just sort of what happens when you're a male on Facebook.
but that's kind of it right there. What you said is like, and you'll have your white knight saying, no, that's not true. Blah, blah. Like, no, it is. They will feed that to you no matter.
No, they feed it to you constantly. And like, don't get me wrong, I've shot a few likes. I'm sure it's halfway my fault, but,
on the horror page, yeah, I'm gonna, because it still fits in, because they still do horror content on their pages, so I'm still gonna follow, I'm gonna like, but then it starts becoming overkill. it starts like, and it's weird to say that because I love me a gothy girl, but it's like
why is
it
she
is
jiggling so much during this review?
it's like when I go to my Off the Mats page, it's like nothing but muscle mommies, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to.
Have you
and
seen
that's
the
what
new
they're
thing?
feeding me.
Speaking of the whole like martial arts meets AI thing, like there is this lady going on right now. She is like AI built. She's like super like game physics titty bounce, but also she's doing crazy martial arts. I was showing my girlfriend this the other day, and I was like, "This is like a thirst trap, but also it's like intriguing my martial arts brain."
I'm willing to bet I probably have cross paths with it. I'm just like, as I'm talking,
next time I run into it, I'll shoot it to you because like it blows my mind because like you're like, whoa, big titties, but you're like, that was a fucking solid kick.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely have seen it because I've seen some videos. I'm like, it's pretty good technique.
Like you're like, God, great form.
But where's her clothes?
I know that's AI, but damn, all right, go girl.
But speaking of which, that's another thing that is kind of really plucking my nerves on the interwebs is like, so it's kind of like far ends of the spectrums, right? A video pops up, everybody screams it's AI.
That's everything now. If it's any kind of contrary to your popular belief, it's AI, and that's just how it lives right now. Like,
but then the other problem is the actual AI videos that are coming up, and it's like, and now they're seeping in. It's like you have to really, really, really look.
Yes, you have to watch. Like I told my buddies because they sent me this video not too long ago via Facebook, and they're like, "Oh my God, these guys look exactly like Will Smith and Vin Diesel and yada yada yada." And I'm like, "Guys, watch the hands." I was like, "AI can't do hands." I was like, "Look for clippings around their facial hair stuff," and like they didn't believe me, and I had to go through a whole exposition about like where AI can't do things and such, and like. They were like bullshit. And like I sent them 7 different examples, but they never believed me. But you really have to watch things anymore, like to make sure that it's like crisp and it's like, and shit, even some of the real stuff. Like I don't know if you've seen not to dip back into politics, but the Netanyahu thing where he's getting coffee. Like that was wild. Like his ring jumps from fingers and stuff. And like, nobody can figure out if it was real or not because somebody said that he got bombed. And yada yada, but everything is subject to like we live in a world right now to where like anything you see right now could be fake. And like unfortunately, we have put so much money and we've wasted so much resources in this AI that like we are in such a weird place right now as a society.
I sent my wife a clip and it's AI. Right? And she actually had to tell me that I was AI because I just kind of saw it on a random and like rushed it out. I didn't like actually look and examine it, which most videos I don't because I'm not that, I don't care. You send me a video, okay, cool. Until I'm told like it's AI, officially AI, not like, oh, well, I don't like it, so it's AI. But like there's a lady in a coffee shop, she throws coffee on a guy, and it's like he's suing because the hot coffee blinded him. And Sarah goes, no, that's AI. Like, look at the cup. It goes from like a Starbucks cup to like a soda cup, and then
like you have to really watch them.
Like even with that though, when you're watching the cup disappears. Like afterwards, like
like it's so weird how like it can't do simple things. Like I'm really glad that my algorithm, the only AI stuff I usually digest are the really ridiculous shit. Like I don't know if you're in this manosphere. But one of my favorite videos on AI is when they have fat people versus grocery stores. And I know it's ridiculous. As a fat man, I'm allowed to talk about this. You guys can't say fat. I can say fat. That's sort of the word we go for. And they're like super, 300-pound people. And they're like, we set up a zip line today so they can get their groceries faster. And they're like flying off the shelves and like knocking shit over. Like that's the shit I ingest as AI. So like, I don't have to worry about the realism, but like every so often you got to really watch them.
No, but like that's something with AI too, that like I said, it kind of gets on my nerves when people are like everything's AI. Like even my daughter will just say, she'll just see something that says that looks like AI. Like we're talking about like stuff in real life. We're driving around looking at Christmas lights.
Like that's the world we live in right now. Like reality is flexible right now, and it's wild.
There was Cinecon was recent, and all the trailers are being shown, and Avengers Doomsday trailer was shown. And so I have a video on my phone that popped up that was claiming to be a leak of the trailers. Like they're in the the room and what have you.
The heavy quotes leak. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the trailer and I'm like, okay, I mean, this looks like what has been described. Of course I go to the comments and every comment said AI, 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 AI. And I'm like, okay, perhaps, because someone's like, well, you can easily put in, the trailer description that people have given, and AI can produce this for you.
Oh, yeah.
And they can, yes, but then I'm also thinking about Mystique. There's been like footage of or pictures of what her Mystique get up will look like in the movie. I just don't think AI is nailing that one, because in the trailer it was that get up, but there was something a little funky about it was super precise, because it shows her fighting Yelena and then morphing into her as well. There's something.
I haven't seen that one. You'll have to send me that one.
I'll send it over to you. And it's I obviously haven't examined it, but I was looking, I was like, it could be AI, but the way that people are saying why it would be AI, that I'm not buying, but I could see how it is AI.
Yeah.
Because everything is there. Everything that has been described.
A little weird background of me. I actually went and studied. I went to school around the time that AI started, so I know how to spot this shit. So if you need the description, I will look into it. But most of the ones I've seen, I have a weird theory that everything's been written by AI for the last few years, but we won't get into tinfoil of that. But the ones I've seen of the new Doomsday seem legit. I think the biggest problem with Doomsday that I have is how dirty they did the one guy who played Kang.
Jonathan Majors.
Yes, so sad that he got robbed of such a great career just because some lady, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we should believe the victims, but this is a sad moment to where the victim was bullshitting and ruined a whole career of a potential great actor. And it's really sad.
He's bouncing back. So, I mean, I think it is fucked up, him losing, the role of Kang.
I mean, but we'll never get back that Kang performance. We'll never get back. Did you ever watch Lovecraft?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Dude,
it's going to get covered this year.
That show got robbed. Yeah. That show got robbed of something that Glory could have brought it. That could have been the new fucking, not as good as Game of Thrones, but pretty close. The Game of Thrones horror equivalent.
Well, I think the thing is though, with that is the way that was written though, it kind of told its story, and you could do more, but I think doing more would kind of be forcing something. So
you think so? I didn't feel satisfied after the first season.
I felt like the story that they told gave us a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Okay, it's just me. Maybe it's just me then, but I felt there was more to it.
Well, you could do more, but I do think also there's a level of doing more, and do you need to do more?
I'll agree with that. Maybe I didn't it's been several years since I've watched it. So maybe it's my glow thought of the old episodes, but I might have to watch it again and give it a good.
I mean, it was really good though, to that point, like you said, it's it was so good that I was like, damn, dude, I do want more. But the thing is, so when Sarah and I just talked about this again as we discussed Seven, and there were rumors, not even rumors, there was supposed to be a sequel. They took another spec script and just put.
Wait, there was supposed to be a sequel to Seven? Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you, but whoa, what?
Well, no, it was bullshit anyway. It was dumb. So the movie did come out, but it had no attachment to Seven. But they took a
okay.
spec
I was about to
script.
say they pretty much wrap that up in a pretty bow. I don't know how they go off of that.
I mean, well, they had a way, but it was dumb.
Well, I mean, they always have a way. Let's be honest here.
So, after the events of 7, obviously, Detective Mills, he's put away for, killing John Doe. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't, go
you
fuck
mean
yourself.
the 30-year-old movie? How dare you?
But Somerset, who was played by Morgan Freeman, was going to pop up with the new case, and now he's going to have psychic abilities.
Oh my God. You know what? I need to watch it. Did this come out?
Well, it did come out, but not with any connection to 7.
I might have to watch this.
Hold on, let me pull it up because like, again, when we were doing an episode, I had to dig up everything, and I was like, as I was sitting, I was like, I'm pretty sure there were rumors about a sequel, and then as I got into the nitty gritty, I was like, oh, those weren't rumors. They were really trying to force a sequel.
Oh my God.
And it would have been terrible.
Wild what they will give sequels to. Like, what? I'm trying to think. I had I have the movie in thought, but like, they do so many movies, like Zombieland wrapped up in a pretty bow, but somehow we got some shitty sequel, and it's like, why are we doing this? Like, everything was perfect and you ruined it.
So Insidious,
yes,
which is one of my favorite movies of, like, the 2010s. It wrapped up perfect. And I remember going to work the following, like, Monday, and I was talking with a coworker. She saw it. We both saw it. We're talking about it. We like, we were jiving. So it was like, oh my God. And at the same exact time, I said, perfect. And then she said, we need more.
Oh no. She's part of the problem.
Yeah. And I was like, we absolutely don't need more. That ended in the best way possible. Like, it leaves you on that seat where it's like, oh, well, what happened? Like, let your imagination run. And we ended up getting a sequel that we didn't necessarily need. And the problem with it is, like, in my friend Phil, he did make a good point. He was like, that sequel did add to the lore, to the story, but you could have stopped there.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you can always add more, but do you need it? I think that's one thing that the industry doesn't dip in, is they're like, they see dollars. They don't care about lore building.
Of course.
Like, they're going to beat that dead horse until it stops spitting out money, regardless of what it is.
Well, that's why we have so many Halloweens, Friday the 13th.
Hey, you don't hate on Friday the 13th, okay? We needed Jason X in space, okay? Like, and we need the Mike Myers movie where he's like, what was it? Where he was like a kid, and it was like the prequel. Like, so we need all of those.
Honestly, I wasn't mad at the Rob Zombie remake.
He did a good job. I actually appreciated it. Like, he did a good job of holding old lore while adding something. And I think that's really important.
Now, that's not to say that, even though I did enjoy that, it's kind of under this ideal, though. It's like, okay, like, again, with Insidious, okay, the second one, did we need it? No. Was it appreciated? Sure.
Now, see, that is where I do dip my toe in, like, bad sequels. Like, I was literally just talking to my girlfriend the other day about, like, why don't we have any more Jason movies, or why don't we have any more Freddy movies? And she's like, there's like 20 of them. I was like, yeah, I need 23.
Oh, well, I can give you the actual answer to that, though. Like,
well, I need it.
Well, the reason why is because rights are tied up.
Oh yeah, we never forget the fucking rights. Like,
so
we still don't have good Spider-Man movies because they keep falling into that situation.
So the Nightmare on Elm Street one is a little bit trickier, because it's kind of so Friday the 13th is tricky.
Like, Universal owns them, right?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Well, whoever, so it's still under New Line, oddly enough.
Oh, okay.
And whatever New Line is under.
Oh God.
So I believe that could be Warner Brothers right now.
That would make more sense. I think you might be right.
But with Jason, on the other hand, and I'll get to Chucky too, because there's some fuckery with that one as well.
Oh God, those new ones were a nightmare. Anyway, I won't get off on the tangent of they hired Mark Hamill for it. Anyway, I'm already digging too deep.
So the problem, the thing with Friday the 13th is, again, a rights issue. Now, we are going to get a prequel series, much like Bates Motel, and it looks good. It looks fun. But the thing is, about when you do a prequel series, you have to have a hard cutoff because we know where the story's going to go.
Yeah, it's like we know the ending.
I need a cutoff that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get I believe it's going to be this fall. Crystal Lake is going to be the series. I believe it's going to be on Peacock, which means I got to fucking resubscribe to that. I just canceled it.
You don't need to. You need my website. The totally legal website that I get all my stuff from. Dante.
No, I mean, I'm sure it's you guys are tapped into it. Like, I like to just be able to, I like the convenience of just clicking and going.
I'm too cheap. I'm far too cheap.
But so with Friday the 13th, the rights issue gets really weird because they had a video game that got put out and then they had to pull it from the shows because, like, whoa, wait a minute, you can't use Jason Voorhees. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the TV show can kind of get away with what it's going to do because they're not using, like, Jason will be there, but it's not Jason that we know.
It's Jason's brother twice removed.
And then the thing with Child's Play. Yeah. Where it gets really murky with Child's Play is that, and this goes back to the 90s, right? So notice we had Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. Then I believe they're under New Line. I believe it was New Line. I can't remember the studio.
I think you're right.
But the studio ended up, they lost the rights to Child's Play. They couldn't use that name. But notice what we got after Child's Play 3. Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky. They kept the rights to Chucky. They didn't keep the rights to Child's Play.
You got to really dance around the names. It's like, we can take half of it.
Yeah, that's what they went and did. And then even to the point where, like, when they did the remake with Mark Hamill voicing Chucky, they're like, well, look, we can try to, because we still have these rights. So we're going to go ahead and do this, which bombed. But meanwhile, the other studio still kept the rights to the Chucky name. So they're like, well, we're going to make a TV show and go 3 seasons with it. And it's like, look, because we're going to show you what people want is Chucky, like the fucking doll, not Chucky an AI upgrade, and all this bullshit.
You know what? So, now that you're breaking it down, I'm really mad at Sony and Marvel getting into this fight. We should have had the Man series where it's just Peter Parker doing his normal shit. Like, I'm really pissed we didn't just get Man. Like the series Man. It's like, he's not Spider, he's not Man, he's a normal man who takes pictures of a superhero.
The thing that's really bullshit about the Sony deal is, like, they did the deal with Disney to take Peter Parker and put him in the MCU. And they're like, we're going to keep all the other related figures, the villains and stuff.
All the video games and all the cool bad guys.
And, well, it's as far as, like, cinema goes, they kept all, like, the villains, and they're like, we're going to make this shared universe of villains for Spider-Man, but we're not going to have Spider-Man. And it's like, so you're telling me I'm going to get a Morbius film with no Spider-Man, I'm going to get a Craven film with no Spider-Man, a Venom film with no Spider-Man, and a Madam Web film with no Spider-Man.
How many movies is Jared Leto going to ruin before we kick him out of any kind of comic book movie? Speaking of Morbius.
Like, I'm trying to think. Did I try? So Venom, I believe I tried to watch Venom.
Venom wasn't horrible.
It wasn't.
I will give it sort of. It was tolerable to watch.
Yeah,
like Tom Hardy, great. But like
all those other films,
Madam Web was a nightmare. Like what was the other one? Morbius was a atrocity of film. Like I don't think there was a point to it. I tried really hard.
At least you tried.
Yeah, like, I mean, I gave it more credit. I mean, I watched it twice, so I mean, it burned my eyeballs. But like, I could not find a good mark in there whatsoever. And Morbius is a great character. It's not like he's a bad villain. It's just for some reason Leto puts on this weird like cosplay of like I'm Vampire Bat.
Well, I think not just that though too. I think the studio missed the mark with a lot of what they're trying to do. It's like none of these characters are bad characters. They're actually really good characters. All of them. They all are good characters and complement with Venom's the only one that can kind of get away by himself.
Yeah.
But even still, Venom needs Spider-Man because the whole fucking point of the hatred of that symbiote comes from the hatred of Peter Parker.
Yeah, specifically Parker. Yeah.
And they had an opportunity in the first Venom to at least, you don't have to go in depth, but we're in San Francisco with this film, right? And you talk about his previous job. All you had to say was his job at the Bugle.
Yeah, mention him at least. Like there was no mention, there was no nothing.
Well, you don't even have to mention Peter. Just say his job at the Bugle, and that's enough for anybody who knows.
Yeah, like drop a line.
We get it. This is after, but they couldn't even give us the fucking courtesy of doing that. So it is dog shit.
Speaking of which, not to get too far off before, like while we're in comic book zone, I don't know how much of the Clayface thing you've seen. I don't know if they have the rights to Batman. I think we're going to have the same issue.
So no, they do. They do.
Oh, they do.
So Warner Brothers has the right to all the DC characters. They have no issues with rights. It's just whenever Warner Brothers fucks up, they just fuck up because they fuck up.
They really like. I don't know what it is between like I don't know the communication between the animated series people and the live action people, but they really need to meet up in the middle and write a story for them because they're really dropping the ball live action. I'm really hoping I've promisingly watched these trailers, and Clayface is such an interesting character. I think they should have something, but if they do the same thing that they did with these horrible Joker films, I'm going to blow my brains out. Like I can't do it. I can't do a Ducks. What was it called? The Joker Ducks Relux or something like that. My girlfriend wanted to watch it the other day, and I was like, I will watch it for you, but I may not make it through this.
I watched it, and I will say this. I don't think it's a good movie by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it was as bad as I anticipated it to be. It's not something I'm ever going to need to go back to watch again. But after watching, I was like, I mean, like, I don't hate it, but I'm definitely not going to watch it again. So
I felt like being alive afterwards was a atrocity, and I needed to end it. Like it was so bad.
So, well, I think also too when we look at these properties and the ideals behind the things, because I know like us in the nerd culture, it gets kind of in that squirrely territory where we know the content. We grew up with the content, and the thing is, I do agree. So I think one of the biggest atrocities in comic books, well, that's maybe a little dramatic, but one of the things that kind of gets me is like, so Bryan Singer, who brings us the X-Men live action on screen to the big screens, right? He's like, I'm a fan. I read the X-Men books, blase. I can connect being a gay man, and then the mutant struggle, blase. That's fine too, whatever. So he gives us this X-Men movie. We're just excited because we're getting live action X-Men. We get Storm, we get Cyclops, Wolverine. We're getting the thing. We are excited. But when you really look back at that first X-Men movie, it's actually kind of dog shit.
Oh God, really, it was awful. Yeah, it was real bad.
But when you get people saying, "Oh, I'm a fan and I read these things," it doesn't look like it. It does not show me any fandom at all. Now,
not at all.
Once you get into the MCU, you get some folks that can pick up a thing and say, okay, I read the stuff. I'm a fan of it after the fact. And I appreciate that versus saying I've always been a fan. And then you give us some bullshit. But I do think when it comes to some of these properties, such as, let's go with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Oh God.
As an example, I think it was a good movie if it were crazy guy, doing things. If you titled it that, oh, that's a good movie. But you're like, oh, this is a Joker movie. And then you give me this movie. It's like, well, that's not the Joker story, though.
That was the real problem, is when they crossed like into, hey, we're going to bring this into the label of comic books. And it's like, well, it has nothing to do with him.
Yeah. It could have been anything. I don't know. It's just when you take this ideal of, hey, we got this really good movie script. Why don't we? Well, so this kind of goes back to the 7 sequel, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took a spec script and said, why don't we just put characters in it? And I feel like that was the same thing with the Joker script, even though I can't remember who directed it, said, no, we wrote a script specific for this. Like it has nothing from the comics. Like, well, obviously.
Yeah, it's like we're reaching at this point. Why are we even putting the name on it? Like, just write a new script.
just call it crazy guy in the city, and let us see the performance shine. And it's like, oh, okay. But I think one of the issues we run into, like specifically, let's go to Warner Brothers for this, is that you have suits executives that want to take some claim. They want to put their name on it. They want to get their grubby little paws on it and say, oh, well, I made this change. We made this change. Put my name on it as executive producer. And the problem that I have with any of that is that, like, again, us as nerds growing up with this content, sure, they're not going to give us the job. I get it. That's fine. But
they don't want the actual lore. We would bore them too much.
Like, get somebody in there that can, piece it together in a way. And people can say what they want about the MCU. The thing is, they put it together in a way that modernized it and semi made sense. I know there's been issues with, like, and I've had this conversation with Phil about the Infinity saga. And he's like, well, if they just went with the Infinity Gauntlet from the stories to and put it to theater or to screen, it's like the problem is translating that and selling it to children, that Thanos is doing this to impress Lady Death. That's or Death. I don't even say Lady Death, because
that's not going to fly with the younger generation.
That's not going to sell to kids that you want to get to watch these films. So you have to make it digestible for children, to some degree. And not only that, look, Infinity Gauntlet, for what it is, it's a masterpiece, I guess you can say. I don't know, it was fine to me.
I mean, I will give them everything until the last, what was it, Endgame, to where baseline Thanos was beating the shit out of the Hulk, and I was like, all right, we need to talk.
So let's dance there, because not even just that though, right? Not even just baseline Thanos beating the shit out of Hulk, and like, look, he's the Mad Titan.
I mean, he's almost powerful. A Celestial. He's real close. But like, the level he was dancing at was a little too high. He's not, like, baseline Thanos is not taking on the whole Avengers squad. And that's really where I had a problem. Like, we're not beating the shit out of everybody and just making them look like dog shit. It's like, you're going to struggle a little bit. And the dude had no fucking plight whatsoever with it. And it really bothered me.
I feel like the issue that I took a whole lot of issue with the whole movie. I hate when people are like, the best MCU film is Endgame. And it's like, I ought to slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, like Infinity, like, what was it? The first one, what was it?
Infinity War?
Yeah, Infinity War was great.
Yeah.
And they lost the plot in Endgame.
So I do have a theory on that, because they did film those back to back. And I do think, and with that being a 3-hour long movie too, I think there's a certain point in that filming process, in that writing process, where you get exhausted and you kind of just rush out, and like it'll make sense in the end. Like when they try to explain the time travel thing, and it was kind of like explain it away.
Things always get convoluted as soon as you introduce time travel. Yeah,
and I'm a time travel fanatic. I
don't know why they do that.
As soon as they mention time travel, I was like, don't do this, because you're going to embarrass yourself. And so the first hour of Endgame I was okay with, and the hour 3, when they get to the big battle, I'm okay with it, but I shouldn't be okay with it, because you have to have that hour 2 to get to hour 3. So because
they start like the man starts beating the shit out of people, and you're like, oh dude, like, they match up way too hardcore for him to just beat this man into the dirt.
So once you start fucking with the time travel stuff, and look, man, the conversation on this has happened so many times, and it gives me a headache, because it's like, the way that the ancient ones trying to explain it to Banner, like, well, if you do this and you go here, and then it's like that's and theoretically with time travel, that's not how that works. Not at all how it works. And sure, they can explain it away now by saying, oh, well, we got branches now in the multiverse and da-da-da. Sure, you can explain away now.
Yeah.
But in the moment, as they're explaining, I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, so like, not to get too science nerd into it, but when you dance with timelines, everything's sort of wonky because nobody knows exactly how it works anyway. Like, you got the Back to the Future timeline where, like, you step on a fucking frog, you ruin the whole timeline, yada yada. But then you have branching timeline stuff like that. So I mean, like, depending on how deep of a nerd you are, you can explain it away. But it's too convoluted when you start dancing with timelines.
Well, but that's the thing too. It's like, if like you can explain it away, like at a certain level. The way that they did it, they were very lazy about it.
Oh, absolutely.
And it made it extremely like not entertaining. And not for nothing, Back to the Future, one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, they did. As much like once again, ruining the facade that I'm just some comic book nerd. I'm deeply involved in science, and like, honestly, like, from my understanding of science, pretty solid in Back to the Future. There's a few little dancing points, but solidly, if the timeline works secularly like that, if we're all basing everything on one timeline, great. But it just depends on how you look at it. Like,
I think that, I mean, again, theoretically, speaking, it again, fun movie, one of my favorites. Not a good time travel movie though.
You don't think so?
I don't.
I think if you
Back to the Future
look at it. Back to the Future 2 gets a little wonky, but like Back to the Future 1, if you base your scientific thought on we exist on one timeline and you go back, I think it's solid. Like, once you fuck with one thing, you're fucking with a lot of things, and I think they dance pretty well with that.
So I don't completely agree with how well they dance with it, because with
you don't
coming
think so?
back, no.
I mean, once he played Rock on stage, he changed the timeline a lot. But
he changed the timeline a lot with other things though too. Encountering his dad, like encountering Doc, even.
I mean, they don't know he's him.
No, but Doc does. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I guess that's true.
That in itself kind of throws everything on his head.
Not messing with his cat while I'm on this fucking podcast.
But like, him encountering Doc kind of throws a wrench in it again. Like, it's still fun. It's like him encountering his parents, and granted, his parents don't know that it's him, but now that manipulates things as well, because he now has to go and correct all this stuff, and they do play with it later on in certain points where they kind of call back to certain things. It's like, okay, again, it's a fun movie, one of my favorites, but it's like, also when he goes back, he changed the time, he goes back 10 minutes earlier, that too now kind of fucks, it's just like all this.
Yeah, I mean, like it just depends on how you look at the time, like the time space continuum, and like how it all functions. Like, what do we exist on a timeline to where, like, even if you go back, it doesn't matter? Like, like there's a lot of theories in time to where, like, we exist on different planes, we exist on one timeline, everything happens for a reason, we end up in the same situation, all
happening at the same time too.
That's another fucked up one that really bothers me. I stay up deep late at night thinking about that.
Who you telling, dude?
Yeah,
like I go to bed at like 3 a.m. and part of it is that.
It's like just sitting there thinking about everything you could ever do exists on the same timeline, and we're all just experiencing one at a time. It breaks your brain.
It's like layered. It's like everything that's happening in 1955 is happening right now.
We're in an awful Olive Garden 12-layer lasagna chocolate thing.
That's exactly like one of their theories. And it's just like, like with that one, I was just like, I'm gonna take one of these sleepy gummies and go to sleep. I don't want to.
We need to shut the whole facility down to function with this one. Yeah.
I can't do this right now. Like, I've got my thoughts are not working and they're not thoughting. But it's like when Endgame got into the whole time travel thing, it's like, do not do this because you're going to fucked this up majorly. And you get a lot of people again who are like that's the best one. It's my favorite one, and that's fine if it's your favorite one. To say it's the best one is like let's relax. And I mean that's all subjective too, right? Because it's like
that's the thing. Like art's all subjective. So I mean, like I like a lot of horrible things that people hate, so I get it. But like I think you're wrong if you like In-Game is the best one.
Okay, so well, but that's the thing though too. Is like look, I like a lot of crappy stuff. But I know that it's crappy, and I don't say that as the best.
Exactly. I like it because it's crappy.
Like I don't say like it's the best one. Like, well, and this was kind of my issue with Civil War. I think Civil War was good. It was fine. But I remember this is when the normies started checking in, right? Because prior to Civil War, you had people that kind of like, they quietly say they watched one of the movies, but they don't want to admit they watched all of them to keep it together. But once Civil War hit, and all of a sudden their fans like, the Civil War is the best MCU movie like to date. And it's like, I don't know if you saw Winter Soldier, but let me tell you,
like, Winter Soldier was fantastic.
Like Winter Soldier is a movie that I could put that on right now with no connection to a movie before, and I don't have to watch a movie after and feel like that's a good spy movie.
Like I think that's where you run into a lot of issues with MCU is like you can't just pick up the new one without watching all 12 of the other ones.
And this was the early days where it's like, you had your phase one that all interconnected, but you could still watch the movies without the others. And then phase two was kind of in that same pocket a bit. Then phase three started becoming, okay, now we need to watch the other connecting pieces because you have a bigger story and it completed with Endgame, and it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm fine for that journey. Afterward, and I know like people give a lot of shit to like anything that happened afterward because they're like, well, this, and that, and this was all bad, and that's all bad. And I think what happened is they were sniffing their own farts from the success from before. So like,
absolutely,
we now have to reinvent the wheel. So we've got all these characters we have access to, so let's force feed them out. So let's force feed Moon Knight, which I think is a fucking great character and
such a great series too. Like I don't understand why they undercut that so hard.
It breaks my heart because it's like that shit should have been everything that we wanted, and it was good. I love it.
I mean, they hit all the marks. Like I really can't think of anything bad in Moon Knight, like other than the very end scene, which I think may have been a little too like on the nose with like psychology is the last episode. But other than that, I think that series hit dead on.
Like, well, and then let's even go back before Endgame, right? So Captain Marvel was a great character.
Oh yeah, the movie was not a good. It was a rough movie though.
And I feel like that movie was a rushed movie because they're like, we got to get this movie out so we can get this plot point of the story told, so we can introduce this character into the bigger movie.
Well, like not to put my feminist hat on here, but like I really think they sell short every woman film that Marvel has, and it's sad because like. Miss Marvel, great storyline, like great comic books, great story. Like, I don't know why we're selling that short. Fucking America, like America should have had a way better storyline. Like, she literally branches every multiverse. Why are we selling her short? Like, I don't get it. Like, just because is a female lead, we got to cut it short.
Well, I think what ended up happening specifically with Captain Marvel was like Brie Larson says I'm showing a red carpet and everybody attacked.
Yeah,
everyone attacked.
I mean, in their defense, she is sort of a cunt. So,
but that was the thing. Right from that point, now everyone went in hating this movie, and like the movie was sloppy. The Marvels, I actually enjoyed the Marvels.
Yeah, Marvels wasn't bad.
And people like review bombed it without ever seeing it, just so they could bomb the movie. And it was like, actually, did you see anything? I have friends who saw the movie. It was like, actually, it was pretty. It was pretty good. They weren't like it was great, but they're like, I wasn't mad at it. But
and like and Miss Marvel should have landed harder because they were planning Secret Wars. So I don't know why they shorthanded that and then put so much money into Secret Wars and then bombed. Do you know how bad your writing has to suck to have a Samuel L. Jackson show crash? Like, it blows my mind to this day.
It's so that series also was one of those ones that was like, you've got everything in your lap to make this great. And I'm going to be honest. So I think this was also the fatigue kicking in on Marvel, because we would come home. I was also working a job I hated. So as I would come home, I was like, I'm exhausted, but I was still on the couch. We put on whatever the show was at the time, which at that point was Secret Invasion. We sat down and watched it, and I would just go to sleep. I was not interested. I passed out.
I mean, in your defense, they weren't doing you any justice. Like, and it's sad because like Secret Wars is a great comic book series. Yes. Like, I mean, it literally, like, it gave them the option to rewrite any mistakes they made. It's like, this mistake, the reason we did it is because it wasn't him, it was an alien. And it's like, oh, you can fix everything with this series. And for some reason they bomb it. Like, I don't understand what they were doing with it.
They could have did it in the show, in the movies and the shows, you know, with the blip and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
All together, but they decided, I don't even know what they did, because like I said, I kept falling asleep.
Oh, as much as I wanted to watch it, we tried to do a series for it for Why So Nerdy, but literally me and Will could both not make it through it. And I mean, I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I mean that says something. And like, we couldn't make it through Secret Wars. And I was like, this is bad. I was like, this is the worst thing anybody's ever put out.
I was doing a chronological watch of all of it last year, 24.
Bless you. You don't get enough credit, Dante.
I got up to Moon Knight. But I figured out what it was. I figured out completely what it was. It was the fatigue. It was it was just too, because like I watched all the way up through Endgame. Then after Endgame, I watched I can't even remember what came after Endgame. One of the Spider-Man films, the one where they went on.
Yeah, I think it's like Coming Home or something like that.
Far From Home.
Far From Home. That's what it was.
So I watched that, and that's where I felt the fatigue hit.
But I mean,
I was like, ooh.
To be fair though, like, I've been drinking nerd culture since I was a child. Like, I don't really believe in the fatigue. I think it's just bad writing.
So, I mean, the bad writing is there, but so when I say fatigue though, so reading and following the series and everything is one thing, but when you're watching shows and you're dedicating like specific time and like, and I say this for me because I mean, in everyone, you know, we have a limited time with what we're doing in our day. I know for me, especially during the job that I had at the time, it's like I get home at 6:30. I put my daughter down at like 8. So it's like I gotta have some kid time, and then I gotta, you know, still do my life and then go to bed.
Balance life somehow.
So now I'm like, okay, I'm coming home to watch these movies, and then now I'm watching these shows. And when I say the fatigue specifically kicks in, it's like you've gotten your stories for these characters, and that story kind of ends. So now you pick up new after Endgame, and the fatigue for that, because it's like I got to start all over now with something with these guys. We got to continue the story with this guy. So we got Spider-Man. We got to continue his sport. Who else? Then we got Doctor Strange. We got to continue his bullshit story, which he's not bullshit, but what they did
so much you could do with Doctor Strange though. Like the man is literally an open book of like, you could write whatever.
They gave us a good setup for a sequel, and they scrapped it and gave it to Sam Raimi. They're like, we wanted a horror director. It was like, Scott Derrickson is a horror director. He did the fucking Black Phone. He did
Black Phone was Sinister. So fucked.
Like he is a horror director, and they're like, we want a horror director, and then they pull in Raimi, which, you know, he's got some some bangers going out there. But the thing is, he gave us Evil Dead 4. Is what he gave us with Doctor Strange 2. And it's like, that's not what we fucking needed with this movie. We
need some crazy powers. Like, Wanda's super insane. Like, give us something insane.
Yeah.
And like they did a little bit. I'll say, like, you know, with the new Doctor Strange, they did touch on how crazy powerful Wanda was. Yeah, but I don't think we got the full connection. But I really don't know if they can give us the full connection movie-wise with Wanda, because I mean, the woman can reset the whole Marvel universe with a snap of her fingers.
Well, they couldn't at the time.
Yeah.
But they can moving forward. I have a thought on what they might do with that Wanda story moving forward. Was it the Children's Crusade, where you have Tommy and Billy basically like, we got to go find this broad.
Yeah, I think that was like right after like the whole plot of WandaVision, right?
Yeah. Well, so you went to Agatha all along, which was not a bad series. It was just quite enjoyable, to be honest. But it's one of those ones where, like you said, like, oh, when the women lead, let's scrap. I had a teammate on.
The thing. Like, I don't understand what it is with Hollywood, and they're like, well, we can't let them have a really good series, and it's like, why not?
So, and the thing is, though, even with that argument, I mean, I guess in MCU more so than anything, but like, because it's like when the argument of like, they don't want female leads, it's like, well, we've got plenty of them through history. It's just a matter of like your studio, what you're gonna do to give us a good story. Because I mean, going back to Terminator 2, going back to fucking Alien, going back to
even can't get better than Alien with women lead.
Yeah, I mean that's like the ultimate one. But then even coming into modern times with like Hunger Games with fucking what's her name, Jennifer Lawrence, and it's like,
oh God, how dare you for Hunger Games as women lead?
Because it was a woman led.
It was woman led, but let's be honest, like that was sort of like I don't know, that was like women lead light.
No, but even still, it is a woman-led film that actually did very well.
That's true. Maybe it's just my personal hate for
but that's the thing though too. It's like we have to take those things into account. It's like, well, my personal feelings versus what's actually there.
That's true. That's true. I do have to give it that, I guess.
And like when you look at this, it's like when people say, well, Hollywood doesn't want like, strong female characters. Like, I mean, even Underworld, we look at that, it's like you have the things there. It's just a matter of like, you got to look at certain studios. It's not even just necessarily the Hollywood thing. It's like, you look at the studio, it's like, well, what's going on over there at Disney Studios or Marvel Studios?
In fairness, like Underworld was written because she was fucking the director. She was, that was her husband. So I mean, he gave her full reign.
But the thing is, it still did well.
I will not undercut how good Underworld was. It was good all the way up until the Lycan series, to where like they gave it like the full werewolf thing, and I was like, oh, you've gone too far.
Yeah, like, it gets weird.
Yeah, like we've gone too deep in it. But like, like, I mean, even with like, I mean, little series like Last House on the Left was great, women lead.
Yeah.
Like, what else? Have you seen the new, what is it where she gets stranded on an island with the douchebag boss? Yes, in Help. Fantastic,
but
women lead horror movie. Like, they lost me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did turn it off halfway through because I was like, oh, we've lost the plot. But I did come back to it. I fast forward and I was like, okay, I can stick with it. I thought we were sympathizing with the rich douchebag.
No,
and lost me for a second, but I came back. I gained my composition and came back to the movie.
Well, I think that's another weird Hollywood trope that we get into, and they've gotten away from it a little bit, but they went through this in the mid 2000s a little bit when so going to Walking Dead, reading the comic and reading the arc with the governor and the monster that dude was in the comic.
Oh, dude, like the disgusting things he did to Michonne and how she got revenge though. So good.
Yeah. So now you get to the TV show, like super watered down, but also now they're trying to make us have sympathy for this guy. They're trying to make us like care about this character. And it was like, no.
That was a little weird. Like they tried to make him like, like, oh, I could see us turning into this dude. And it's like, you don't know the rape and shit that he did in the comic books.
Like, absolute monster.
Yes. And this guy is disgusting and we cannot sympathize with this man.
And that's just the thing. It's like there was kind of this run in movies and TV shows where like we have to kind of make the villain a little complex. And maybe we can see ourselves in them. It was like absolutely not.
That's the trope. Like, and I mean, in fairness, like it's hard to knock a storyteller for that because the best villain is someone that just lost their way. Like it's like someone with great, like they think that they are the hero in the story, and it's just they're wrong. And like that's the best villains.
And the thing is, there's plenty of them, right? But you know, you don't have to force it. So let's take Magneto, and that character has changed.
Magneto is the greatest example of a hero gone wrong.
Yes. And you know, over the years that's kind of morphed into, you know, through you know, really good writing. You know, you go to Black Panther with Killmonger, and granted that
Killmonger was great. Like they did not do him justice in the movies at all. Like that dude has such a deep story, and it's like he is so close. Like you were like, oh, I'm almost with you. Like,
it's like you're not
like you're so close before mass murder that I'm right there.
It's like yeah, this dude's right. Like, yes, lead. Whoa, wait, what are we doing?
Yeah,
it's like with the bombs?
It's like the blend of like, you know, discrimination and stuff, and it's like, and that's why we got to kill them all. It's like, oh, you were right there.
Like, you're not wrong. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
You're actually very wrong right there.
Yeah, it's like, God, you just like you dipped your toe and then you just jumped in, and we had a problem here.
Like, you gotta chill.
Yeah,
what is your problem?
But I mean, that makes a good villain. Like it's really hard to fault him for it. And like I do think they dropped the ball with Killmonger, because like you were almost there with him, and then he just jumped.
I do feel like also too, I mean, the MCU, and they're notorious for this, like their villains, they kill them off. And I think the last one they did well was I mean, I guess Thanos would be the one that I think everybody in the world could agree with. It's like, oh, we could even everything out if we just get rid of half of people. Totally solid. But I really think like the best villain they've ever created, and I mean, this may be controversial, but I love Kang. Loki Kang specifically. Like if you watch the Loki series and Kang at the end, where he's just like this dude that has existed through timelines, and he's just rewatched everything. Like, I don't know if you remember when you first watched the ending of the first series of Loki, but like that performance was just chef kiss amazing. Like he's like, I've experienced this timeline over and over again. I know exactly what you're going to do. And it's like him enjoying the moment where it's like, this is the gray period. He's like, I don't know what's going to happen, and this is fantastic. Like that acting, fucking amazing. Like, and I think that's really the last good villain we've gotten. I'm hoping that we get something with Doom. I'm biased because I love RDJ, and I think he can do anything. So I'm hoping he can bring Doom some justice. But I think really the last good bad guy we're going to get is Kang from specifically the Loki series. So have you been watching Daredevil Born Again?
Yes. Yeah. Daredevil has been great.
That's an example
I have a few problems with Bullseye, but that's just me being a nerd.
But that's an example right there of something where it's like, look, chop this bad boy up and give it to us, because I'm not going to sit in the theater and watch Daredevil like in the theater like that. It's good, but you give it to me how it is in these little bites. Oh, I'm coming back each week.
And same thing. I don't know how deep you are into Avatar, but like the new movie that came out, I think would have made an amazing series. And I really think they did themselves a disservice not making it a series. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not taking anything from the movie because I enjoyed every second of it. But I think it would have made a great, 12 episode series.
So I will say with the Avatar films, so I only watched the first one. And I did enjoy it thoroughly.
Oh, not the live action. We're not talking live action, are we?
No, I'm talking about the James Cameron. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
no. Avatar last one.
The animated series Airbender. How dare you bring the live action into this?
Relax.
Not the M. Night Shyamalan series.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the fucking James Cameron Avatar.
Oh, the show?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're talking about the blue people. You're talking
Yeah.
about the blue people. Well, I'm with you now. Not
when you said
bad.
Avatar, I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm talking Last
that?
Airbender.
Oh, it wasn't. See, yeah, you gotta. You gotta. It's like when I was talking about the New 52 with somebody, and I kept saying 52, and the guy was like, no. You got to say New 52. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm on. No, Avatar barely exists to me. I like that show, that movie. I think he did a great job, like visually, but like story wise, I don't know why we need a naked boy for 2 series. Like,
I think that's like, but even kind of what you're saying though is like things that could be a series. I mean, those.
Yeah, movies, I think he would have made a great series. Yeah, movie wise, I was uninterested. And like, all of a sudden he's got lungs that can breathe the new air. Sure, we can explain that out.
There's always a way.
But I'm talking the new Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. It's in theaters right now. I don't think you probably haven't seen it if you're not reaching for it.
I did not know it was in theaters right now.
Yes. No. So Avatar: The Last Airbender just released like a month or 2 ago, and like amazing story. It's about like he stumbles upon a old airbender, and he releases him from the same like ice chrysalis that he was found in. I don't know how familiar you are with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Not very. My daughter is balls deep in it. I'm not.
I love you. You need to do this for your soul. It's the best series I've ever watched. It is the perfect blend of like childhood love with a real deep story. So like watch it with your kid, you'll love it.
No, I don't doubt it. It like I said, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot.
Yeah, no. Like this one's deep though. Like I am deep in the Avatar: The Last Airbender. They had a really awful live action. We won't talk about it too much. M. Night Shyamalan shit all over it. His kids loved it, and so he made a movie. And like literally, it was like watching it and fast forward. So like if you pressed like ×3 on the series, that's what the movie he made, and it was disorientating. I watched it in theaters because I'm such a huge nerd about it, and it broke my heart. I've never asked for my money back in a movie, but I was very tempted to.
Like, yeah, I can see like, but again, that goes with like, again, the Suits. And like, I mean, you said his kids loved it. So he made a movie, and it's like,
no, he had full control.
Oh, he did.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse for what M. Night Shyamalan did. Like
shit together.
No, yeah. Like I will not give him any leeway because he actually argued with the studios to give him full control of what he wanted to do. And he got the okay for it. And he still fumbled the fucking ball. And it really breaks my heart. Because he did something cool. Like, so I don't know how familiar you are with Avatar, but like they all control elements. And one of the really complicated ones was fire. So like, creating fire from nothing was sort of an interesting idea, and they sort of danced with it. So he added like you actually had to have fire, and it was really interesting what he did in the movie. But then he fumbled the ball with everything else. And it was like you made an innovation and then fucked up everything else. It was really heartbreaking. But anyway, this new animated series, before we get too deep in that, the new animated series was great. Like it was a movie, not a series. It should have been a series because like they fast forwarded it. They did the same thing that M. Night Shyamalan did. They took a story that could have been really deep and complex, and they crunched it into something small. And not to take from it, because it was great. Like, I loved it. I still enjoyed every second of it. But I think it would have been so much more impactful if it was a series.
Well, I think that, whenever you give something a series, it gives you time to cook.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to, like, rush the story and also focus on, are we losing audience here in the theater? Are we losing audience in this one-time sitting? With the series, you can kind of mix your ingredients, make sure they're measured out right, put it in the oven,
exactly.
Out, let it cool.
And like, I think the big constraint was they got, what's his name? Not Brock Lesnar. Oh my God. Batista. They got Batista to voice one of the main bad guys. And I think that's sort of the time restraint is like, we can't afford this guy for 12 series. Like we can't pay him to show up for 12 episodes. So I think that was the big constraint.
Hey, give him limited words and just
exactly
them.
Yeah, let's make him a caveman. He says one word an episode. Let's really chop this up. And I mean, honestly, it probably could have worked, but like I do like dare tempt you to watch the movie because it was great. And like the love for the characters is there, everything's there. It's just like it feels rushed.
I will say this because a lot of what I all do now, that's not a sentence, but we're gonna make it, is
words.
I know them kind of. I watch stuff on the treadmill because it forces me to watch what's there. If I'm sitting on the couch, I'm going to go to my phone. If I'm sitting in bed, I'm going to read a comic. But I watch stuff on the treadmill. Now my treadmill time is somewhat limited, which is why I do all my horror TV series right now for the theme this year, and also horror movies. I do all that on the treadmill now because, well, specifically the series. Movies I can watch anytime. Like I watched 7, I think I want to say 5 or 6 times this week.
Oh, I mean, you can't get enough of that movie.
Well, also too, as we're going to record, I have to kind of get in the headspace. I have to like put myself, and I have to like immerse myself in that movie, so that way when we're talking, I can like really hit all the beats. But that goes with anything, really, like movies. At least when it comes to series, I do it on the treadmill, and I get my notes. So what I'm saying is, I will watch this on the treadmill. This film. Or in general, just Avatar in general, and do a Nerdcast episode to discuss it. Because a lot of what I do now, as I kind of like joke, is like, look, my time is all like based in podcasts. So if I'm doing anything, like, especially when it comes to watching content, because my content viewing really does kind of translate back to the podcast in some capacity, specifically the horror podcast, because that's where we talk about shit. And once in a while, when we get on here, you and I, or Phil, who's been MIA for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he just texted me while we're recording. He went to see a movie. He gave me a score, which I don't ask for scores, but thanks, Phil.
He's sending me unsolicited scores. We really need to stop him.
Well, no, I appreciate it because he does let me, he gives me a heads up on things. But I would be willing to watch through Avatar and then sit down and do an episode with you.
I'm telling you, like I would absolutely love it. That is my comfort show. Like it is the perfect line. I've been trying to get Millie into it. My daughter is the perfect line of like a little bit of childhood cartoon, but like real deep adult thoughts embedded in the show. Like, I mean, there's trauma. There's like, like, oh, I'm fighting with my emotions or I'm dealing with some psychological thing. Like it is the perfect show.
It's tricky with that, with kids, because Sophie, trying to get her, she likes her stuff.
Oh yeah,
Avatar being one of those things though too.
Proud of her for that.
She likes her stuff, and she likes some stuff like recently, and I was a little proud. We're sitting there. She goes, "Dad, can we watch Night of the Living Dead?" I was like, "Oh, my stars and garters!"
It's like, yes, you are my child.
We watched it, and we watched it in segments though, because like a lot of kids these days, it's like sitting through something. It's like, dog, stay off the fucking YouTube, like watch like fucking long form things.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. But we watched it in 2 sittings. A lot of times it's like we're sitting at dinner watching it, and then it's like she finishes dinner and she wants to go do something else. But either way, and then 2 nights ago she asked, "Can we watch A Quiet Place?" Because I didn't remember that she watched the first one with me. She was like, "Can we watch the second one now?" Because I think I told her we had to wait on the second one, but she asked to watch the second one the other night. We started it, dinner ended, and then you know, we were gonna watch it tomorrow. Tomorrow's free comic book day, so we're gonna go pick up some comics, come back home, watch Quiet Place Part 2. But it's hard to get her into the stuff I like, and I thought about that, like, you know, as we were growing up, the previous generations and what have you, we got into like the older brother stuff and our parents' stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like because it was cool, but also too, we almost didn't really have a choice to some degree. Like,
we watched what we watched.
Kids have so many options now. It is tough to get them to give a fuck about anything that we came up with. We are, for the horror pod, our theme for this year is horror television, and in between we do a movie. But we did Are You Afraid of the Dark, which she really enjoys, and we are going to next do Scooby-Doo Where Are You?
Oh, there you go. You know, you need to do the Goosebumps series.
So I did a vote on Instagram,
and
Goosebumps did not win, weirdly enough.
Blasphemy. Absolutely. I am nixing your whole Instagram social following. How dare they?
Well, also looking at age brackets of who's voting. So
is it all like kids? Maybe
well, no, they're older.
Really? Because older people didn't go for Goosebumps?
Well, because you have to also think, like, Michael, how old are you?
23.
Okay. No, like really
38, unfortunately.
So you're 38 and I'm 48.
Yeah.
Right. So Goosebumps missed my radar. But Are You Afraid of the Dark?
It was right in my slot. Yeah.
Yes. So the people that were voting are like mostly Gen X.
Oh,
like,
blasphemy.
So that, like, you know, when that vote went down, and I had a feeling it was going to be between those two. And it was a closer vote than it well, actually it wasn't as close as I thought it would be, but it was closer than, you know, it should have been, I think, with like looking at who voted which way. But Goosebumps is one that people were like, yeah, you got to do Goosebumps. And it's like, I mean, honestly, I watched a couple episodes, but it was like not my thing because again, I aged out of it.
It was the beautiful line between like kids stuff and horror.
Well, yeah. So is Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. I think Are You Afraid of the Dark walked so Goosebumps could run.
Well, I mean, I would say Twilight Zone walked. So
yeah, I guess. I mean, if you go that far back, yeah.
Well, because
nothing will ever be better than having all the time in the world to read books, but then your glasses break. So
yeah, that was one that I did a solo episode. That was one that I brought up. I was like,
yeah, never forget.
Heartbreaking.
Oh,
this dude, like, finally he had his book set up a certain way too. He was like, I'm gonna read these on Monday and these on Tuesday and these on Wednesday, and then the glasses break. It's like, oh no,
I didn't fix my sight.
It's like all this time and I could have, you know, gotten better eyes.
Twilight, but
yeah, it's like when I look at like these different series, and that was another conversation that came up too, because when I brought up Scooby-Doo, someone was like, well, that's not scary at all. I was like, well, it's kids horror. So, and just because something doesn't scare you doesn't mean it's not horror.
The live action was sort of weird, like the first one that they did.
Yeah.
Like they had to cut a lot of stuff. I don't know if you've seen the behind the scenes, but they had some weird shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like there's kind of like this line where they're like, ooh, like we gotta remember what we're actually doing.
Matthew Lillard put in a lot of effort into making it weird, and they were like, whoa, that's too much for a kid's show.
I was like, hey, chill, buddy. Like you understood the assignment a little too well.
Yeah, it's like we're on the nose too much here. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited just thinking about where this content goes moving forward. And then how to spin it all. But the big thing is sitting down with the kid and doing the Scooby-Doo episode, because we got here because I was trying to explain, like trying to get your kid to sit down and watch some shit that you like. And she likes Scooby-Doo. But I also feel like, because it's like, look, I need you to watch these 4 episodes. I got to finish. She's going to be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's the most heartbreaking as parents. Like, they don't talk about that, where you're like, here's something I love. And they're like, well, this is trash. And you're like, oh,
Well, I think there's kind of a detachment though, at least for me, right? Like, and it took me a minute to figure it out, and I figured it out when she was really little, and it was like probably the wrong time to figure it out, but it works now in older times because, like Star Wars, I wanted her to be into Star Wars with me. She couldn't care less.
Oh, I know. I feel that in my soul.
She just had zero interest in Star Wars, and I had to accept the fact that like this just isn't her bag. She's not into it. She loved Spider-Man. She was into DC superheroes. She loves Teen Titans. She's into all of it, but she did not care about Star Wars. No matter what you put in front of her, no matter what cutesy thing you try to play it into, kidify it. Make it like, whatever.
Did you show her the kid version where they had like the Wookiee like Jedi and everything?
Does not care.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking.
No interest.
That's how I got Millie, was the Wookiee Jedi and like the newer, like where Yoda was teaching the younglings. Like that's how I got her.
And I would hope and think that gets her too, but she just did not care. So as we move into like older years, it's like things that I like in the horror realm specifically. It's like, I know she can't quite get into it yet. Some of the stuff will go over her head, obviously. But also some of the stuff is a little gory.
Yeah, you can't show her fucking like what's the new Art the Clown? Like you can't show her any Art the Clown.
There are kids in that third one.
Actually, I mean, there's kids in there.
I'm not even crazy about the Terrifier series myself personally. It's just so not good. My bag.
Oh, see, I love that shit.
It's just one of those things where it's like, and it's not even on some elitist bullshit either. It's just like, I don't know. Like I've done enough gore throughout my life where it's like, I just don't know that
Yeah, you're not there for the thrill of the kill. And that's sort of like, some of the stuff, like I like the thrill of the kill just for like the special effects, because like, if they make it look like they murdered that actress, I'm there. Like
I think what it is for me though too, like I say with horror, and I'm not one of those guys like, well, it's not scary to me or no, it still has its moments. But my thing to me is like, I want to watch something that's going to make me think in the middle of the night, keep me up. Because
you like the psychological thrillers.
Like not even so much that either. Like home invasion horror fucks with me a lot.
Yeah.
Because
did you like Strangers? The first one?
The original Strangers.
Masterpiece of horror.
I watch Mike Flanagan's Hush. Like I watched that.
That's great.
That's a regular watch for me.
Did you like Hereditary?
I didn't hate Hereditary.
I thought that one sort of fucked with me.
So we're gonna cover that one later in the year. So it gives me a chance to really sit down and take it back in again. Because the first time I watched it, like I said, if I'm just sitting on the couch, I get something to distract me, I'm not going to watch the thing. So that was kind of my whole thing. It's like, well, we're going to cover it. So I'm going to get on the treadmill. I'm going to run for however long the movie is. And, we're going to absorb it and then do my notes. But I didn't hate it. It just wasn't one that caught me like it caught so many others. So that's why I'm hoping to sit down and really. It was take this in.
Like if you drink in the lore a little bit, like the fact that it was like based on a cult and like what they were building. If you get a little bit more into that, that's what bothered me, is like the religious background ideology of it, and it sort of fucked with me. I was like, whoa, and like. That in between the kid chewing on the knife sort of fucked me up.
But I think things like that, it has its place. I think when religion comes into the ballroom, I look at it almost kind of like, okay, like again, the Mormons come over and start talking. It's like, I'm going to listen to you. I'm gonna let you know I don't really care. You want to mop this floor with me?
Oh yeah, see that's when they hook me. When they get a religious ideology behind something, I'm in. Like, sign me up.
I also think that's probably why, like, so like The Omen is one that I tap into, but it's an older, older school movie. The Exorcist, obviously, and Carrie.
Yeah. What one that really missed the ball was Oh fuck! Where the Mormons come over to talk to the guy and he traps him in the house.
Heretic.
Yes, I loved that movie until about halfway through.
It was moving, and then it hit a point where it's like, okay, now it's
like they lost the plot about midway through, and I was like, oh man, I was like, this could have been a masterpiece.
Yeah, I watched it, and I remember watching it the first time. I was like, dude, I'm in, and then there's a certain point where I was out, and
it was as soon as they got past the little the room with the table. I'm trying to be vague so I don't ruin it for anybody.
Dude, ruin everything. As soon as
you get to the room with the table.
If they are listening to this podcast and they're bitching about spoilers, like, look, dog, first off.
Yeah. But like once they swapped that chick, I was out. I was like, oh, you've lost me.
It's like there are things like that where it's like, I feel like as they're writing that script where they're shooting, it's almost kind of like they got tired. Because I know when I'm writing,
like the Red Bull ran out.
Yeah, I'm just like rush it through the rest of the way because I've lost interest. I feel like you get that with something like that. It's just like, okay, you guys, I think just gave up at a certain point, and that's fine.
Yeah, and it wasn't an actor flaw either because what's his name? I can't think of the actor who mainlined that. Yeah, Hugh Grant delivered a perfect, I was with him 100% on his whole religious rant, and I was like, yes, preach. And then he got to the doors and he let them in, and I was like, now we've gone off on a tangent.
like him, the young lady Sophie Thatcher, she that's something I'm really enjoying too, being in the horror genre and seeing repeat
the Scream Queens and everything coming back. Yeah,
it's so fun just to keep seeing them pop up and thing after thing. Like Mia Goth is one. I know everybody loves Mia Goth. I'm not crazy about her, but I do love seeing that she's still there. She's in things.
Who's the lady from Ready or Not that just came back?
Samara Weaving.
Yes, she's doing great. If you watch those movies, but fantastic.
Yeah,
they're bad horror. Don't get me wrong; it's not a mind-blowing plot, but it's just good. It's just good fun.
Well, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
My teammate asked me the other day. He was like, "Did you watch Primate?" And I was like, "Yes." He was like, "Okay, I need your thoughts."
I still need to watch that movie.
And I was like, "Okay, so here's my unfiltered, unsolicited thought on it." And I was like, "It's not a good movie, but it is a fun movie."
And I think that's where horror plays the best at. Is horror is one of those things where it's like, I can have a shit plot, but I can make you have a good time. Yeah. And I think that's where horror exists.
Like for horror, I don't need it to be an award-winning film. Like Sinners, fucking loved it.
Yeah,
but let me tell you,
Sinners was just black. What is it? Dusk Till Dawn.
We just had this discussion earlier today, and I will argue that fully. I absolutely can argue that. So I can see where
I love Sinners. Sinners was a fantastic movie. I'm not hating on it whatsoever, but I really do think it was just black. It was just more black narrated. Dusk Till Dawn.
So it has the three things obviously in common. Yes, the vampires, the bar, and the brothers.
The club.
Absolutely.
Like the religious stuff in the background.
So you have, those three main, those are the big things that stand out right there. But also too with Sinners, there's so much more lore to all of the characters' stories. There's so much more connection to the characters and what each mean to each other. Like there's meaning to the story. Whereas from Dusk to Dawn, and though that is a classic, it is a fun fucking movie. It is just classic Tarantino.
No, I 100% agree with you. There was really no connection deep with Dusk Till Dawn as there was with Sinners. And there is no iconic moment like that, that beautiful moment. And I think this will live with me forever with horror movies, is that Sinners moment to where they travel through all of black music and they blend it together.
Yeah.
My God, I felt like I transcended in that moment. It was so great. But
like I listen to the soundtrack and that part still hits me.
Yes, like it is so deep. Like, and I know this is coming from a white male, but like I felt transcended through that moment. I was like, my God, I can see all of their past, future, and present in this moment, and it was great.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the point of that specific scene. Why they did it that way too. And the thing is,
deep.
And I guess the point that I'm making though is like if Sinners took away all that heart and gave me more of a film that was like From Dusk to Dawn, I'm still going to enjoy it because I don't need a full like Oscar winning story. I just need to have some fun while watching it. Now, if
I guess that's true. I mean, I won't take anything. I do think they deserve some kind of awards for that movie. It was great.
Yeah.
Everybody's performances was fantastic. I think my only problem, and this is just a me problem, I'm sure this is no one else's problem, but I hate when they do like, this is the twin of this character and they pay some actor to play two roles. That's my big plight with that movie. Like, other than that, flawless movie.
My only gripe, and this is award season gripe, is that Jack O'Connell, who played Remick, that dude should have got some kind of love.
Oh yeah,
like
I mean, it was a hell of a performance.
Like,
and
yeah,
his song, like when he did the Road to Dublin song. Oh my God!
Yeah,
like that whole scene was amazing.
Like, I'd just be driving around Annapolis, like,
oh yeah, that fucking jamming to that song.
They're like, what the fuck? It was like, nah, it's cool. It's a soundtrack. It's
look thing. Into it. Flogging Molly does a great version of that song too. Fantastic.
Right. I mean, it's like, and I'm not saying like that you're discrediting the movie. I wasn't getting at that. I was just saying,
no,
like,
absolutely not. Movies, I love every bit of that movie. I think it deserves its flowers, absolutely. But I do think that it is just Dusk Till Dawn with deep roots, deep roots. I
mean, I there's accents obviously from Dusk to Dawn, and they're like I said, they're the comparisons obviously with the big points, but
not enough feet though. Not enough feet to make it a Tarantino movie.
That's why I love it. Fucking hate feet so much, like with a passion.
we need more feet in the Sinners. That's where they really went wrong. We didn't have enough feet dripping champagne into the man's mouth.
Like, if we cut all the feet off in the world, I'd actually be pretty okay with that.
I am not a kink shamer, but I will never understand it. I love you guys. I am not for kink shaming, but I wish I was so simple.
I try to understand. I try to like look, and I'm like, I just don't get it.
Like, I don't understand it. I wish I could get off on feet. Life would be so simple.
I look at feet and all I'm thinking is like, like, yuck.
That shit's been marinating in a shoe. I don't want it.
Yeah, it's like, like, oh my God. Like,
we've lost the plot. I'm sorry. I derailed us.
Like, trust me, dude. If there was ever a plot with this pod, especially this episode, there was no plot. It's just us just kind of riffing. Actually, let's go ahead and wrap the episode up at the very least.
I love you if you stuck with us. I apologize.
like just at the very least, like let's put it like at a cap point, because like it's been a while since we had an episode this long.
Often. You're welcome. I'm here to facilitate every 3-hour episode you want.
I think we're gonna make this a Nerdcast episode, because
there you go.
We went all in nerd, so we're gonna make this Nerdcast, and I think this is a way to get Maryland Phil to listen. If he sees a Nerdcast without his name on, I was like, I gotta tap in.
There we go. We'll drag him in.
What's going on?
We need to do a Bullshido podcast next time, because that was my thought when you first invited me. I was like, I've been watching a lot of Bullshido videos, and I really need to bring this onto the BJJ podcast. I think I need to send you a bunch of videos.
Told me that beforehand. Like, if you
I'm so sorry. We got off.
What are we talking about? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got off on tangents, and I thought about it today. I've been watching so many like bad martial arts videos, and I was like, God, we need to go off on this.
We can do a combo, because I've been watching a lot of street fight videos.
Ooh, there we go.
And let me tell you,
Next episode, you and me will collaborate, and I'll send you a bunch of bullshito videos, and you send me your Street Fight videos, and we'll discuss it as two people who have been in martial arts their whole lives.
I got you. We'll make that. Actually, yeah, because I'm interested in doing that. So, yeah. But as always, to you guys, the listeners, thank you. If you all have any questions, concerns, criticisms, anything, please feel free to reach out. You can always find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram or Off the Mats Podcast as well on Instagram. I want to, as always, give a big shout out to my crew over there at Nerd Rage Radio, Bobby, Chris, Joe, Marilyn, Phil, Ricky, Tiki, Farrell, and the many other names that are associated with the Nerd Rage radio group. I don't even know if I'm associated anymore. I haven't been on in so long.
Just everybody's name on there.
Yeah, well, I had a mug with like all the names. I was like, and I tried to read it off one day. I was like, holy shit, why are there so many names here? At least I was like, I think I was number 4. So I was like, and when Bobby gave us the mugs, it was like the order on the orders on the mug doesn't mean anything. But as I'm looking, I was like, I don't know, dude. Because I mean, it's like you, Phil, or you, Joe, Chris. I mean, you guys are the 3 hosts, and then there's me. So it was like, I'll take it. And then Phil's right after. It was like, I mean, we're kind of, I don't know. I think there's something being said about this order. I'm just
maybe you got like the alphabetical thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. They put me on there higher, on the mug, so I'll take it. But big shout out to them. If it weren't for Nerd Rage Radio, I wouldn't be doing a podcast. So thank you to those guys, and hopefully I'll be on soon. We'll see if I am. I'll let folks know. I also want to shout out my other podcast, and we kind of talked about it a little bit here. So you like horror, and yeah, if you're into scary shit, go check it out. We just recently released the 7 episode, and our next one will be back into the horror television theme. This time is going to be kid friendly as we talk about Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And for those who might want to say, oh, that's not horror, again, it's fucking kid show. I guess that shouldn't even be a sentence said together. But
yeah, I mean, we trickle in everywhere anymore.
It's just like, come on, dude. Like we don't need to argue everything. That's another thing. I don't know if I brought that up earlier, but I know my wife and I were talking about it. It's like everyone wants to argue and debate everything. It's like, again, when we talked about Sinners, I don't even put Sinner post up anymore on the horror page, because as soon as you put it up, you get people commenting that movie was mid. Okay, what does it have to fucking do with my post? Like, I didn't ask for your opinion.
Mid is not the way to describe it. It was a great movie. It was just similar to things that have already done good things.
Well, also, too, if you didn't like it, you don't have to like it. But the post that I put up has nothing to do. It didn't say, did you like it? No.
Yeah, solid. Yeah, I didn't ask your fucking opinion.
Yeah. So I think I fucking promoted the 7 episode on BJJ Wiki, and someone commented, what the fuck does this have to do with BJJ? And my response was, well, it doesn't have anything to do with BJJ, but it is my page.
Hey, they wrestled at one point towards the end, okay? So you could discuss how he did in that wrestling match.
No, not at all. Fuck them. It's my page, and I put what the fuck I want to put on my page. That's what it is. I don't need to justify a goddamn thing to anybody.
There you go.
Like, why are you putting this on this page? Because it's fucking mine, bitch. If you don't like it, fucking move on. Fuck you.
I do what I want.
All right, I'm sorry. We are way off track there. But yeah, if you're into scary movies and content, go check it out. So you like horror on Instagram, all the words are separated by underscores, and the podcast can be found anywhere that you see, or wherever you're listening to this from. It's there, I bet. And last but not least, I want to thank my good friend, and this man came in last second. I messaged this dude yesterday, and he was ready to record last night. He was like, "Oh, we got
almost like plans. I'm readily available."
This man was like, "Look, something came up, but we can do this tomorrow." And honestly, on Friday nights it's tough for me because I do another podcast so I've been basically recording for tonight about 4 to 5 hours now. So I haven't even eaten yet. I came home from training, wipe my body down a little bit so I don't get staph. And then
hit it with them baby wipes.
Oh yeah. And then, basically said, all right, Sarah's like, you want a sandwich? I was like, what the fuck is this, bad Santa? Fuck out of here. Like, put you in the fucking sandwiches. But I came right down, reviewed some beers, and then started recording with Mike right afterwards. So thank you to Michael Camp for doing this with me. And just like I said, coming in at the last second, I really appreciate it. And
anytime, baby. I've been wanting to shake the rust off for a while. So this was a nice little re-intro to the podcast world for me.
Fucking right, doggy. That's good. I love to hear it. And hey, kick some ideas out there, man. You see, you're flowing now. It's natural. You feel it, son. Get out there. Get back on this mic.
I've been dying. I've been collaborating with a few people. I have nothing solid right now, but I'm definitely trying to get back in.
Well, hey, you got some ideas. Kick them my way too. We'll make it happen, my friend.
Hell yeah, we got this.
All right, and as always, again, to you guys, the listeners, thank you.
Thank you for the one dude listening right now that made it through the whole thing. I'm proud of you.
You'd be surprised.
You're far too high and you need to go to bed.
There's some folks that be sitting around like listening, like, dude, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. But as always, to you guys, the listeners, thank you. We do appreciate you. And as always, you guys know what it is. You guys keep listening. We're going to definitely keep making these shows. Thank you, everybody. And bye.
Bye.
Deep with it. Now let me sing a song.